Hi, welcome to my channel, Parenting Mindfully with Dr. Naila Hudani. If you're trying to understand why your ex is behaving badly as a co-parent and what you can do about it, this is the right video and channel for you. My name is Dr. Naila Hudani, and I help parents go from a state of misery and frustration with co-parenting to feeling happily detached or divorced from their ex, energetically balanced, and like they are able to overcome any co-parenting challenge so that they can lead a more personally fulfilling life and nurture a thriving family. If you want to tune in for weekly tips, hit subscribe below and stay tuned. And if you want to start transforming your life today, I have a free meditation that you can download. It's a resilience and self-empowerment meditation that will help you navigate co-parenting challenges. You can find a link to do that in the description below. By the end of this video, you will know a little bit more about co-parenting with an unhealthy person. And if you stick around till the end, I'll share a few things you can change today to improve your life. When my childhood friend reached out to me a couple years ago, he was separated and in the middle of an ugly co-parenting situation. Ever felt like this? Yep, that's where he was. Since then, I've stood with him and supported him, first as a friend and now as a partner and soulmate. We have found a way to navigate a situation to living our best lives and thriving, all while being part of his amazing child's life. That doesn't mean we don't still experience co-parenting nonsense. We've just figured out how to deal with it better. And that's what I'm here to help you do. So today, I'm going to walk you through the types of unhealthy personalities that make co-parenting a nightmare, why it's so hard to co-parent with them, and a few things you can change today to improve your life and show up as a great parent. Take a moment to share with me in the comments below what your biggest co-parenting struggles are. All right, so let's jump into the types of unhealthy people that make co-parenting a nightmare. When I read about and talk to people who are struggling with co-parenting, people love to label their ex as being toxic or a narcissist. And although there are certainly narcissists out there, not every parent who makes life miserable as a co-parent is a narcissist. So narcissists, the ones that actually qualify as having narcissistic personality disorder, they make up about 0.5% to 5% of the population. It's pretty hard to estimate because narcissists are really good at hiding their true nature from others. And I keep hearing that mostly men are narcissists. However, actually anywhere between 25 and 50% of narcissists are female. Again, it's really hard to estimate since narcissists are good at hiding it, particularly the covert narcissists who are more often female. So although not every horrible co-parent has narcissistic personality disorder, there are many people who have traits or qualities of narcissism. Now, I could easily talk for hours about narcissism, but let's focus on what's most important to you as a co-parent dealing with an ugly co-parenting situation. What I want you to realize is that on a scale of self-esteem, these toxic, problematic, unhealthy, narcissistic co-parents sit on the very low end of the self-esteem scale. They aren't even able to admit to themselves how little to no self-esteem they actually have. So, what is it that makes someone so unhealthy that it makes them hard to co-parent with? Well, all their behaviors stem from the fact that they have little to no self-esteem, and they try to show the world a completely different picture because it's so bad. They lie to themselves, they lie to others, and they're just incapable of realizing that they don't have any self-worth. So, in a co-parenting situation, they attempt to control and dominate and exert power over you and your child. Because that sense of control and power makes them believe that they are worthy in some way. So I'm going to share the 5 ways in which unhealthy parents make it so hard to co-parent with them. The first is that they make themselves seem like the best person in the world. Number 2 is that they manipulate both you and other people. 3 is that they use coercion tactics. Number 4 is that they play the victim. And number 5, they love to control everything. So let's start with number 1. They make themselves seem like the best person, the most perfect person in the world. It's all about how they appear to others. It's all about how the world sees them. And in the case of parenting, they may say things like, I'll do anything or sacrifice anything for my child. Or, I'm doing this all on my own. I have no help or support. Or claiming that they are a single mom or dad. Now, is a person really a single parent if the other parent wants to be involved and that parent keeps pushing them away or leaving them out of the child's life? Number 2 is that they manipulate both you and other people. They'll use phrases like, I just want what's best for my child. Now, all parents want what's best for their child. The difference here is that these unhealthy people are using this phrase as a tactic to manipulate others into believing that that is what they want. All the while, behind the scenes, it's actually serving themselves. Or they'll say things like, this is in the child's best interest. Don't you want what's best for our child? And when you don't do it their way, they'll go on a smear campaign and start telling anyone who will listen that you don't want what's best for your child. Number 3 is that they will use coercion or threats. Or again, they'll manipulate by stating, if you give me this, I'll give you that, and never following through or claiming that they didn't say that in the first place. Number 4 is that they may also play the victim, telling their sob story to anyone who will listen. But wait, didn't I just say that they make themselves seem like the best put together person? So how can they also play the victim by telling their sob story about how miserable their life is? Well, each persona plays and serves a different purpose. One gets them admiration and the other one gets them pity. Either way, it gives them attention, which feeds them, as hollow as it may be. And these unhealthy people with severely low self-esteem will seek to find attention anywhere. For example, I had one parent share with me that his ex showed up outside of her home wearing lingerie and holding a glass of wine to receive their child during a transition. These individuals with low to no self-worth will stoop to any level to gain whatever form of attention that they can get. And number 5, they will want to be in control as much as possible. So they will insist that they are in charge of all things medical or all things related to school and school decisions. And when you indicate that you want to be involved, they'll lie and say that they didn't say that. Like you decided not to take responsibility for that. You told me that specifically. And the really good manipulators, they're actually really great at towing the line, the legal line, that is, just close enough to not actually get into trouble with the system, but certainly make you feel the effects of the control that they have over you. So they might schedule medical appointments at the last minute, informing you right before they're heading there, which will make it difficult for you to attend the appointment. And then they'll share with anyone who'll listen, oh, the other parent is never there for the appointments. I do it all on my own. Comment below on which one of these you have experienced personally. So here are the 4 things that you can change today. In an ideal world, what is best for the child is that both parents are willing and able to work together. But if you are experiencing some of these things that I've shared, that ship has sailed and there is little hope of it coming back. At this stage, it's important to accept that you have had a child or more than one child with an unhealthy or toxic or possibly narcissistic person, and that the ideal type of co-parenting is just not going to be possible here. Hopefully the other person changes one day, but it may never happen. Instead, you're going to end up parallel parenting. This is essentially where you communicate the most essential things related to the child. So medical, educational, etc. And you let the rest of it go. Each parent may have their own rules and own processes in their homes, and that's just going to have to be good enough. And guess what? The kids are resilient. So just give them all your unconditional love, practice positive parenting in your home, and they will be okay. Next, these unhealthy parents with really low self-esteem are looking for attention in any way that they can get it. So stop giving it to them. With regards to co-parenting, what does this mean? It's what I said before. Communicate about the essentials. The big decisions where both parents need to be involved, the medical stuff, anything that you are required to communicate about based on the legal custody order, communicate about. Everything else, don't talk about it. Even when you get pestered for every detail, unless it's part of the custody order to do so, you don't need to respond to every question that they ask. If they're asking for details, they're trying to get you to give them attention, and they are micromanaging you. Don't allow them to have that control over you. You know how to take care of your child. One parent I've worked with shared that every time the child has a stuffy nose, mom will send him a note giving him step-by-step instructions on treating the stuffy nose. Check the child's temperature every 2 hours, do 2 steams a day, yada, yada. The list goes on. Dad was just like, I know how to take care of a child with a stuffy nose. But mom wasn't messaging him because she didn't believe that dad couldn't take care of the child. It was to exert control over the dad and get a reaction out of him. Which brings me to my next point. Don't give the unhealthy co-parent your energy. They feed off of that energy. So, in addition to being a doctor of child study and human development, I'm also a Reiki master and energy healer. Energy can be transferred to people in many ways. In this case, every time the mom sent a message like this to dad, and dad was like, I know how to take care of our child, that thought process, even if dad didn't directly respond to mom, was giving her energy. Instead, and this is what is so hard to do, and what I help my clients learn to do, is let it go and laugh it off. Why laugh it off? Well, because the other parent is being ridiculous, acting from a place of insecurity and low self-esteem. And it is really sad for them. But we need to be happy that we are not like them. And we need to find ways to elevate ourselves from that. Finally, document everything. Yes, I know I said don't give them your energy, but documenting is a source of power for you, and you need to keep and elevate that power. When people are so unhealthy that they try anything, they will eventually trip up. And when they do, you will have documented everything, and that will be your saving grace. So today, we discussed the types of unhealthy people that make co-parenting a nightmare, why it's so hard to co-parent with them, and the things that you can start doing today to create a better life for you and your child. If you want more, check out my free meditation on resilience and self-empowerment, navigating co-parenting challenges. And if you're feeling miserable and frustrated with co-parenting, like you're ready to feel detached and or happily divorced from your ex, if you're ready to be energetically balanced and want to be able to overcome any co-parenting challenge, and if you want to lead a more personally fulfilling life and nurture a thriving family, sign up for a free consultation with me today. The link to do that is in the caption below. And let me know if you found this helpful in the comments below. And if you did, please like it, share it, and subscribe to see free content every Tuesday.